Раз. Для всех русскоязычных слушателей. Я посмотрел другой стрим свой, мне он понравился. Я думал, все намного хуже. Да, действительно, с этими деталями нужно работать, подавать информацию намного более сжато, более серьезно, подходя именно к организации этого всего процесса. А это достаточно все непросто, особенно когда особого опыта нет. Вот. Но я расту как специалист, я расту как блогер, я буду совершенствовать свое мастерство в съемке различных лайвстримов. Вот, и я буду делать это более доступным для людей. Потому что та информация, которую я хотел бы подать вам, рассказать вам ее, она достаточно серьезная, и это только голые научные факты. Голые научные факты, которые я систематизировал, и с самого детства этими голыми фактами я руководствовался в своем профессиональном росте и развитии. И, в принципе, это привело меня как раз вот в эту вот точку моего развития, моего карьерного роста. Поэтому я думаю, что в будущем мои ролики будут более доступны широкому кругу масс. Вот. И я сделаю это более познавательным, более интересным и более простым, что ли. Вот. Я очень благодарен всем, кто смотрит меня, кто заинтересован в альтернативных и уникальных методах оздоровления и исследования целостной природы человека. И я думаю, что вы еще не раз захотите со мной повидаться на моих живых включениях. Спасибо всем. Всего вам доброго, хорошего и приятного вечера. А я пойду проходить курсы и тесты, которые я недавно приобрел у одного ученого. Всем спасибо, до свидания.
Hi guys, I filmed the video not so well, but I have a few different cameras, so I will post it later on my Facebook account and also in different social media sources. But I'm happy, it's my first live stream. I'm happy to be with you, to share this serious information that I try to show you as shortly as I could. But as I realize and understand now, it can be fixed in 45 minutes or less. So I'll do a different streams and different meetings with you to show this information more better, more understandable for you. So let's see you next time. See ya, bye. Hello guys. Today we have special topic about psychology and about special method of psychology, and it is connected with psychosomatic, and we have special guest. He lives in the USA, and we're going to talk about this psychological method. It's Vlad.
Hi everyone.
My friend Vlad. He is an Ukrainian, and he had been living in Ukraine almost 30 years, but last 2 years he lives in the USA. And hello Vlad.
Hi.
Could you tell us something about this method of psychology, and how does this method work?
I have a few methods. I work with a few methods, but today I wanna
tell a short story about real science, about scientists that for all centuries try to show that our classical psychology that is like a monopoly for today. It's not all what we have to help a person. And a lot of people, a lot of scientists by the centuries were burned for their ideas. And it was a very huge problem that people...
Like Galileo Galilei.
Yes, a lot of people been burned for a very brave ideas and research they did. So today I will tell about that technology and a few technologies that I wanna order and learn in future to help my clients in their life more better. And today I called our live stream Cryptography of Luminous Hieroglyphs. So my story is a story of a boy that wanted, from he was a small boy from 12 years, to find something interesting. And I learned a lot when I was a kid about medicine from my uncle's books. And in the 12 years I found magazines. They called Science and Life. It was a Soviet magazines. And in this magazine I found a very interesting article. It was about scientist Semyon Kirlian, and I will tell about him, but my story of moving forward to a psychology, to an energy psychology, it started at that age. So I want to show my promo. This is my promo. So I studied in Rivne State University of Humanitarians as a psychology. I have a master degree of psychology, and I'm a certificate researcher in technical energy psychology. Also, at that age, I started to collect a lot of information about something that was near the science, but was something more, something like secrets. I wanted to find some secret information. It was for me like very necessary. So I started to read a lot of articles about medicine, about psychology, and then I started to grow up as a professional of psychology from when I finished studied in university, and I worked with people, and I started to invest in myself. I started to invest a lot of different I started to learn a lot of different books and different information. And that article that I saw in 12 years, it been for me something like that couldn't go away from my consciousness. And I met a very special person. She was and she is a doctor, dermatovenerologist, and she showed me very interesting, unique technology that she bought in Russia. It's called Vagetto resonance test. So after that, I started work not only on a scientific psychology research, but more into a very unique and specific visions about helping people. So I show you few magazines that been on my grandfather library. It's a Science and Life.
Soviet
it was a
journal.
Soviet magazine, and the second one, it was a more deep work of Semyon Kirlian, that scientist that created that technology. But we're speaking in general about bioenergy informatics science. So that's just my life started. My science life started. So
And nowadays, everyone who is studying psychology knows that name, Kirlian. Because
Yes.
it's very famous
it's
scientist.
famous, but more people think that it's not a science at all, because a lot of people started to explore his name, seeing the aura field by his method, and making a lot of not a real scientific research. But we can have a lot of people in general in a science that can go doing not a real research. In Eastern medicine, it's been believed that cause of all disease is the violation of the balance of energies. The disease appear in a human subtle body, in its energy essence, and then pass into a physical body. So we know that present science that have a monopoly now, it's based on some other things by scientific research. But I'm talking about something more old, some methods that been created a lot of centuries in Eastern medicine. So I want to speak about technology that I'm working with. It's technology based in acupuncture points and energy meridians. What is a meridians? The first mention of 8 miracles vessels occurs for the first time in the canon of Yellow Emperor on the Inner. However, the exact time of creation of this masterpiece is unknown, but something else is known, quite specific. During the excavation of Mamwangdui manuscripts dating from the 2nd century were found. The activity of the Dr. Shun Yui belongs to the same period. So I'm saying about energy meridians, about this information that people found in these manuscripts first time. The doctor biographer gives answer to the court regarding of Shun Yu Yi students. I taught him the course of main channels, blood circulation, and their corresponding pulses. And of course, I explained the position of the acupuncture points. And from this answer, it clearly follows that the theory of a miracle vessels, of a meridians, was already known and used in medical practice at least 2 centuries before Christ was born.
You know that just nowadays we have special type of medicine, and it's like official medicine because we have it even in this city. Veterobryologia. It's in hospital, Chernobylsky hospital. We have this doctor, and it's official, and it's based on this. On meridians, but they use another method. It's like it's like stimulation.
They stimulate these points.
And it's official. It's official
that's
type
great,
of medicine.
But I will tell about.
But it isn't so popular as maybe traditional ways. Yeah. but it is.
So I want to talk about different scientists in bioenergoinformatic science that created this science and created this this scientific base. So on the next picture we can see them, and first of all I want to talk about Wilhelm Reich. It was an Austrian and American psychoanalyst, and he was a Freud student.
Okay.
He developed a theory of muscle carapace, linking constant muscle tension in the human body with the character and protection from a painful emotional experience. So he said that our emotions and our deep bad mental thoughts, they are fixed in our muscle systems.
Body, yeah.
And they creates a problem.
Reichianская therapy, yeah?
So Reich attached a great importance to the energy organization of person, finding the cause of emotional disorders. So he told that energy can create a lot of different emotional problems. But why I'm saying about the energy today? So Reich, he was an American psychoanalyst and he was a Freud student. So he claimed to have discovered the universal energy of life in his research conducted in the late of 30s. According to the theory of Reich, so he created a theory of orgone, that orgone energy penetrates and fills everything around us and doesn't belong to the energy of static electricity. It's not electricity. And also has a blue color. That is, this energy should create electromagnetic radiation in a blue color spectrum. So I suspect that a lot of scientists of this age, they didn't accept his theory of orgone. Of course, we know about it. But I want to say that what I will talk about later, you will know my vision of all this situation. So he believed that certain forms of the disease are the result of blocking this energy in the body and try to treat them. So he created different technology that work with this orgone energy. Also, Reich believed that orgone energy affects emotions and sexuality. And of course, theory was criticized by scientists of that time. Next scientist was...
But nowadays, sorry for interruption, his type of therapy is very popular, and it calls
maybe in some countries.
Reichian therapy in psychology, or телесно-ориентированная терапия.
Orgone therapy, but it is popular in some countries.
In Ukraine, it's also very popular nowadays. And
so, next scientist is Reinhard Wall, a German doctor who developed a diagnostic method of electroacupuncture based on a Chinese acupuncture called the Wall method.
okay.
Since 1953, a diagnostic method has been developed based on the use of electrical effects of Chinese acupuncture. So we started from meridians, from acupuncture points, from where it was found, and now we're speaking about the Reinhard Wall. But the problem about Wall was that he worked with the Third Reich. He was a member of a SS Ahnenerbe division, which was engaged in the experiments on people in the Auschwitz concentration camp, and various mysticism with the goal of breeding the superhuman race. So Ahnenerbe was an organization that was created in 1933 as the elite mystical order, which signs 1939 on the initiative of Himmler's became the main research structure within the SS and had more than 50 research institutes subordinate to it. Can you imagine how lot of people that wanted to make them their nation in that period with this occupation and all this, how they wanted to make it, how deep they wanted to find the power, specific powers, to have a power to conquer this world, yes?
Завоевать.
Yeah, to conquer all world. So SS fall that we're speaking about came dry out of the water for some mysterious reason without a serious punishment. In 1953, emerged from oblivion as the author of a device and method named after him. Having managed to make a good money on his invention, he died peacefully in 1990.
Lucky man.
Yeah. In Latin America, Colombia, Mexico, Chile, doctors of alternative medicine claim that they can measure disturbance in the flow of electromagnetic energy along the acupuncture meridians by this method. So when I was very interested in, I was I think maybe 16 years old, I saw a TV program. I don't remember the name of that program, but I saw a scientist, Alexander Vlahov. So Alexander Vlahov was, because he did, academician of the International Academy of Informatization, a professor of homeopathy in the field of studying field and information interaction in complex biosystems, a doctor of philosophy in bioinformatics, and chairman of the Bulgarian Academy of Natural Science. So this person, he was also a descendant of the Ilinsky clan, and he graduated from 5 educational institutes, from a College of Electronic Medical Equipment to the London College of Classical Homeopathy. He was very talented, multi-talented person, and he used a wall methodology, wall technology to create bioenergoinformatic adaptometry method, a 3-dimensional program for visualization of human matrix of bioenergetic field based on wall electroacupuncture technology. So I'm saying about how these ideas that was from old centuries, by all this hard way by scientists, it moving forward to the people to help them to find some, even having a crisis, because while he worked with SS, they did a terrible thing with people. So next we're speaking about Wupak, doctor founder of Sujok therapy, acupuncture, and honorary medicine. He graduated in Seoul National University. He studied traditional medicine at the Seoul Institute of Oriental Medicine, academician of International Academy of Science, Munich, consulting professor and visiting professor of the Institute of Advanced Medical Doctors of Kazakhstan, honorary doctor of the St. Petersburg Academy of Physical Culture, honorary professor of the Pedagogical University of Georgia, honorary professor of the Kyrgyz State Medical Academy. So his method is officially recognized by the Ministry of Health of Ukraine as a form of reflexology. In Sujok, exposure to needles is only through the hands and feet. So what difference? When we have a classical acupuncture, yes, reflexology. We do in the needles in all our body, yes. And his technology going it only through the hands and the feet.
Special ring, I know, yeah.
Maybe they just creating something new, because he's already dead, unfortunately. He died in 2010. And this magazine that I read in 12 years, it was about Semyon Kirlian. So he was an honored inventor of RSFSR 1974, Soviet physiotherapist of Armenian descent. In 1939, Semyon Davidovich was accepted as a master in the repairing of electrical equipment in the city hospital. Having repaired the physiotherapeutic apparatus in the hospital, which used a high-frequency current, he drew attention to the strange pink glow between the electrodes. Kirlian decided to try to fix on the film a glow in the field of high-frequency current of some object. Based on his observation, he came up with a pattern. Any living object placed in a high-frequency electro field gave a glow on the film, the character on which depended on the state of the object being shot. Kirlian effect is used to find hidden defects in metals. According to the Kirlian in agriculture, using this effect, you can check the germination of seeds to distinguish plants affected by disease from healthy ones. So this is very powerful technology, but for bioenergoinformatic research, it's not so validating. And I want to read a quote of Semyon Kirlian. In the skin, there are peculiar biomechanisms that performs important functions and are connected through the nervous system with the internal organs. We assume that if we have a comparative tables of pictures of the electrical state of the skin in normal and pathological conditions, we can use our method as a means of early diagnostic in medicine and animal husbandry. I can't read all words on English correctly because English is not my native language, but I'm trying to do my best. So he also told that the world of miracle ranks will serve a person a good service. So in the future that can appear a technology that can really help people to find a source of their problems. It's not so easy to tell about all these scientists, but I wanna finish it with scientists that are still alive, and they created the methods in our centuries. So I wanna speak about Harry Oldfield. He is a biology scientist that spent at least 20 years proving that mystical emanations such as visions and psychic manifestation. He is a pioneer of the Kirlian photography, so he used the Kirlian method also, and the founder of Principle of School of Electrocrystal Therapy in London, UK. The school is a member of the Institute of Complementary Medicine, so it's a serious institution. Oldfield Health developed a photographic scanning method that can diagnose illness and photograph the chakras. Can you imagine? By this technology, you can see not only meridian system, not only these acupuncture points, because I want to show you how it look like. And it's not an electrical phenomena, because you can see on this display a leaf that been cut, and the energy field is still on that place for some time. So we have very and we can see a meridians on this picture. So it's very serious technology, and Kirlian, he I think first person who show us that we have our that we can film our subtle energy field and subtle energy level. So Harry Oldfield, he used his technologies to create his own technologies and electroscanning method. Then he created a polycontrast interference photography. I will not tell about this method because it will be too long, as I see. But I want to tell that this technology showing a different type of stress, illness, and Gary says that our energy field is a result of everything that has happened to us during our lives, including traumas, illness, lifestyle, and stress. So I have a trip this month. I have a trip to London to meet few scientists that working with that technology. I have a British visa. And in informal energetic patterns are not corrected if they are not corrected and are unbalanced, it will cause further disruption at all levels, from a mental level to emotional level and to a physical level, because we are a holistic system. We can't look on us like only one. We are physiological process, energy process. I'm not saying about biochemical process. We have an energy process and we have information process. So present scientists, present psychologists, they working with the information. We exchanging information every time by speaking, by a lot of different techniques. And why are you doing research in these technologies? Why I'm using them? Because I wanna look deeply in this information process, because they change in energy. And when energy is changing in our body reacts. So this is the real psychosomatic, that information is a source of everything what happened in a personal life with a person and with his health. I can talk talk about Sheldrake or Gennady Shipov or Gennady Dulnev, but I will not speak about them because I don't have a lot of time. I'm very thankful to our library that helped us to show everything of my personal research. But you can find a lot of information in my next live stream. Maybe I will make a specific live stream about that technology. And I want to talk about very unique Russian physician, scientist. His name is Strelnikov Alexander. He is the author of Diagnostics Method Crystal, patent holder that based on WUPAC research. So I told about WUPAC before, and he is the director of Moscow office of International Institute of Psychology and Management. And since 1996 till 2012, Strelnikov was a scientist of Emmanuel Institute of Biological Physics of Russian Academy of Science, Laboratory of Biochemical Physics and Antioxidants and Geroprotectors. So Strelnikov still doing his own research in that field that he is a professional, and the research activities in the field of gerontology and psychology. And I want to show you Strelnikov near the Dulnev, near Shipov and Akimov, this information that I will speak on my next live stream. Strelnikov, he created a technology. That we call crystal. Why it's called crystal? Because we are holistic. We have different parts like crystal. So we have a different process in our body that are connected to each other. And by this method we can find a source. Analyzing meridians, this is device that I'm using for testing people. And it's based on a technology that created by Park Jeon, by Wupak that I told. So we can put a small electrical signal through our body and to look how it goes through our meridian. And by a specific mathematical and other calculation, yes, we can make a model of process that are hidden inside our subconsciousness. We can see our level of subconsciousness. I will show you this is a level of subconsciousness. And our consciousness have three different spheres. It's our thoughts, it's our emotions, and our volition. So we can see of these parts how these spheres are blocked and what type of information is blocking these spheres. So you can see a lot of different information that I did in the Photoshop yesterday by different scientists. And here we can see a human bioenergoinformatics system, organs, channels, and field, and meridian systems and bioenergoinformatic field. So, Vlahov, what psychosomatic disease detections technologies we have for today? It's a technology that created by Vlahov, that I told. He's a Bulgarian scientist. He already unfortunately passed away. Harry Oldfield, he created new energy vision camera. You can see these patterns on this person about his physical, mental, and emotional health, and the creation of a Russian physician Strelnikov. So, a lot of different slides. Maybe I will make a training. This is an energy information adapter created by Vlahov. This is a method of polycontrast interference photography by Harry Oldfield. It's a cell, and we can see different levels of energies of that cell, but you need to be a very great professional in any method to make an interpretation of this method of what you see. This is a visualization of new energy vision camera that he also created. What is interesting that here we can see a subatomic energy field, and by his theory that we have this subatomic energy field and our material body is fixed on this subatomic energy field, but it must pass a lot of ages, a lot of centuries to prove it more, like with different scientists. But we already can see a phantom hand on this technology. Phantom hand, person don't have a hand, but we can see this subatomic hand on this picture. It's very interesting. And what this method crystal can can help, how it can help people that have psychosomatic problems. So we can see a functional state of energy meridians. We can see a functional state of body systems, organs, and endocrine gland. We can see a functional state of articulation and spine, biological age, cognitive sphere, and psychological characteristics of personality, vocational guidance, evaluation of consciousness and subconsciousness, evaluation of activity of energy and informational centers, and we can see our informational field in spectral color and in an integral color. It's very deep research of our energy and informational field. So I tried to show more, but I think that I already said a lot about all this technology, and people maybe have already headache, maybe, but that my deep vision of the problems of present science, and some scientists, they don't wanna move forward to their deep research, but our different scientists that are mostly on underground, they doing a very deep research, their own research of what is the source of our problems. So, Andrei, do you have any question?
Can you show your Instagram accounts?
This is my accounts. So first is Future Science Org. It's my work Instagram account. Facebook, it's a chameleonic guy. And on a Facebook you can find my community, Holistic Personality Development. So anyone, I'm open person. I'm open to anyone to help to find the source of your problems, to work with you. But the problem with that technology that you can do it on a distance. You need to use specific devices, because it's not only program, not only it's also device that you need to check your meridians and how your energy and informational centers working. So you can find a lot of information about these people on internet, and you can write me anytime. I'm very thankful for all people that came to support me. Thank you very much for watching Azard Group and my channels. See you next time on the next
Okay,
one.
guys.
Vladimir, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for my not perfect English.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, it's really important for me.
Yeah.
Do you believe that your unique method, yes, really help people?
I don't believe
Because-
it's already helping people.
Yes, yes.
Because I'm working with people. If I see a result of
Yes.
that, I'm moving forward. I'm moving myself forward.
It's really cool, because you know that in the past you see me when I have very difficult situation
Yes.
in my life, really, and you really help me,
Yes.
and you tell me really simple thing.
You need
Really
to be
simple.
You need to be
Yes.
more closer to
Yes,
people
yes.
and more open. Yes. Then you can
Yes,
help them.
this is really unique.
Thank you very much,
You-
Sophia. Thank you very much.
You're very open person.
Thank you.
I think that America opened the door.
Yeah, it's
And
open
if you
in
want-
consciousness and open
Yes.
in
And
everything.
if you want, I can help you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Okay,
See ya.
guys, if you are interested in this topic, you can follow Vladimir on Instagram, Facebook.
And
On Facebook.
Facebook community.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you can join special community on Facebook. See you guys. Thanks for watching this video, this live stream. Bye. Okie dokie.